Welcome back to the most unprofessional sports channel on YouTube, Swivel Chair Sports. I'm your host, Zach Circleberg Burkle, here with my co-host today, Aaron. Go ahead and say hi, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
Yes, sir. Alright, so in this video we're going to be talking about the unfortunate events that have happened this past Monday night in the hallowed halls of Arrowhead Stadium, where the Philadelphia Eagles slayed the almighty beast known as the Kansas City Chiefs. Promise myself I wouldn't cry. Did I make?
That was a line.
Was it really?
Yeah.
No, what we're talking about, the Chiefs and Eagles game that happened this past Monday. Great game between the two. Came down to a 4-point deficit at the end, with the Chiefs not quite being able to get it done. But yeah, I guess essentially the story of this game was the Chiefs' offense just couldn't make plays when it mattered most.
Really, anytime.
Yeah, really, period. But definitely when it mattered most. The Chiefs kind of seemed like they had control throughout the first half of this game. Defense played amazing. Trent McDuffie specifically had a heck of a game. I think he had 2 sacks and a strip. Great game from him once again. Continues to show why trading Tyreek Hill was worth it to a degree. Because the offense is showing why trading Tyreek Hill was not worth it to a degree. So at least we're getting some sort of reason to believe in Brett Veach right now, as far as that's concerned. But yeah, Chiefs controlled the game throughout the first half, and then the Eagles just started chipping away in the second, and just eventually was the last man standing. Just a real dogfight, just a back and forth affair, just a boxing match between two heavyweights. It was a heck of a game. Inevitably, it came down to an iconic drop by Marquez Valdes-Scantling, unfortunately. Not being able to hold on to an absolute dime from Mahomes with the game on the line. But Aaron, I'll let you go ahead and start off with the venting stage of this video.
Where do you want to start?
Yeah.
Where should we start?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you can start anywhere. You can start with the going away from the running game down the stretch after just dominating it in the first half. You could go to the receivers not being able to hold onto passes. Granted, it was raining all night long, but it's really no excuse when it comes down to it.
The thing is, that's not one-off. We lead the league in drops.
Yeah,
so it's not
right. That's not a
were
good
saying
excuse when it
the
comes
same
to
thing
us. Yeah.
against the Lions. We had the same problem against the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't a one-off with the drops problem.
Yeah.
And it's very annoying because it doesn't feel like a fixable problem if your receivers just aren't good enough to catch the ball, you know.
Yeah, I know. At some point, you just got to catch
Putting
the
it on
ball.
the jugs machine isn't something that's gonna fix this. I don't
Well, I
think.
mean, they're probably
so.
dropping 60 out of 100 over on the jugs machine too. That's the problem. Yeah, for whatever reason, we just can't catch the ball right now, and even if we could catch the ball, it wouldn't matter sometimes because at times we just can't flat out get open. The running game was really good last night. I really wish we would have stuck with it. For whatever reason, Andy Reid hates to run the ball. Isaiah Pacheco was.
I think if we have the enemy, I think we win that game.
Yeah, I think if we have the enemy, we might be undefeated this year.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember enough about the Lions game or.
I know that we lost by 1 point.
No. Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, this game for sure. I think the enemy would have been like, hey, we had a really good run of the ball in the first half.
Yeah. Like 80 yards or something like that in the first half. I don't know.
140, I believe.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was
What the heck were we
it was
doing?
like 100, 120,
Yeah.
140 rush yards in the first half.
One thing I
So
did
we
like, one thing I did like, and I talked to you about this before we started recording and stuff. Um, Kadarius Toney as a running back. I think that's his actual position. Because I'm sick of seeing him drop passes, but he's really good if he actually does have the ball in his hands. He can get you
he
7, 8
hasn't had an
yards.
opportunity really since the Detroit game. I mean, he's kind of been dealing with his knee
Yeah.
surgery
Yeah, well, that's the other
apparently,
thing is he can't stay healthy.
but he just he hasn't had like a real shot at getting a bunch of targets, especially down the field. Everything's been little screen passes or reverses and all that.
Yeah.
I He was annoying me last night because I think he could have at least returned one punt for a touchdown, but he's obsessed with doing his little jab step, and it
He does
works. It
like,
does work.
yeah, he does like
But
to
there
do
was a
that.
point when he could have cut it outside, and he there was nobody over there, but he cut it back inside into a bunch of people and ended up getting tackled.
Yeah, he is
Granted,
known to do
now
that.
he did have a bunch of good returns, and I am very thankful for that. But I would lean towards keeping Pacheco at the running back and splitting him out at receiver still.
Well, no, I'm not saying like when I'm saying
Yeah, I know
Kadir.
you're not. I'm not saying. I know you're not saying replace him.
Yeah,
Not saying replace Pacheco, but
I'm saying if
I
anything,
think he's more valuable
I'm
as a receiver.
yeah, if anything, I was saying replace McKinnon because McKinnon hasn't shown us anything this year after having a really good season last year. But this year he's been kind of non-existent. So I was
Once again,
thinking
not giving a good player any chances.
maybe that
I
could
don't
be what
know.
it
I don't
is
know
as
why
well.
they're giving Edwards Hilaire chances over him.
Well, the big thing with McKinnon last year was those red zone targets, and for whatever I don't know if he's just not getting opportunities this year. If that's what it is, maybe that's what it is.
He's really good at catching out of the backfield. He had that one
He
big
is.
first down pickup late in the game as a rush, and he's really good at picking up blitzes and in pass protection.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's a very solid number two or running back.
No, I like yeah.
I just don't know why they're putting him on punt team.
So what else is there to complain about? Have anything else you complain about? I'm trying to think of some other stuff. 'Cause-
Well, I can go with my I was wrong.
oh yeah, what was that? Yeah, you had mentioned something about that. What was your take that you were wrong about?
So earlier in the year, I had to take that Mahomes focuses too much on Travis Kelce,
Oh
and that
yeah,
kind of hindered our offense. I was wrong. We need to
yeah.
focus on Kelsey more. And the reason that he just stared at Kelsey is because none of these other guys can catch.
He knew what he was
That's,
doing. Is that what you're saying?
yes, he knew exactly.
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
these guys. I got to
These.
throw it to Kelsey.
Well, hey, hang on, hang on. I gotta find the thing for it. Oh man, that's hilarious.
Man, I also think we sub receivers way too much.
Yeah, no, I would agree with
I
that.
think we need to have our starting three, three or four, and just stick with that. We've got, Kelsey's a great option. He should be out there most of the time. And if he's not, Noah Gray's a good backup. Granted, he did have a drop yesterday.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I think Rashi Rice is our clear number one receiver,
Oh yeah,
without
for
a
sure.
doubt. He's the only reliable target of our receivers. It Who knows what they're doing with McCole Hardman? You know, it's like Andy Reid's obsessed with these little packages that he's got to get in, and oh, this is a package for a McCole Hardman screen. This is a package for a Sky Moore screen because apparently nobody can get open downfield other than Travis Kelce or Rashi Rice,
Yeah.
and Justin Watson can't catch the ball without falling down.
That is something. Yeah, that is something you were stressing about earlier. Was that Justin Watson loves to drop immediately after catching a pass, which is not what you'd like. You'd like some yak. Love some yak out of your receivers here and there. Which is another thing is Travis Kelce not been very good at those yards after catch this year as he's been in the past at least. Do you think that's kind of something to be concerned about? Do you think regression may be maybe kind of taking place?
I think this is the first year where you can really kind of see that he's not necessarily as nimble as he's been.
Yeah.
Which I'm not necessarily disappointed with. His big thing was always possession catches, and every once in a while he'd get the big run after catch. So I'm not. I mean, you would be a fool not to expect it. He's what 34.
Yeah, no, he's on the wrong side of 30 for sure.
Yeah,
Like that's obvious. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's tough to see, that, but it is what it is. We
it
just hope that
sucks.
Noah Gray can step up when Travis eventually does,
I hope so,
retire.
but I don't have much faith in him.
I don't know if he's had enough opportunities.
I mean, yeah,
Despite him being, what is this, his second year,
I think it's his third.
third year? Yeah. I just don't know if he's had enough consistent, reps and opportunities to be able to fully gauge.
Yeah, this is third season. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think he would kind of be a nice successor to Kelsey. Like you said, this is kind of the first season where it's kind of been apparent that we're gonna need that soon, probably sooner rather than later at least. Um, it's sad, man. It's really sad to see when you see a guy progress from a third over. It's gonna suck when Mahomes starts regressing too, because it's gonna be like dang man, this is it.
Remember
It's
the good
over.
old days?
Yeah, exactly. You start reminiscing about. Yeah, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. It sucks seeing it happen with Travis. Um, we've seen it happen before where a player's got a down year, and then he's able to turn it right back around. So maybe it's just a case where maybe he takes this off season a little bit more seriously, um, and
I think
get
I
back to
think you can
his
partly
old self. I don't know.
I think you can partly say that it's the coverage. I mean, he did have a stretch of really good games early on in the season,
Right. Well, and then
and
I think
and
another
teams
thing is we're
remembered teams
forgetting.
apparently seem to remember that he was Travis Kelce, and like, oh yeah, we need to double
Probably
him
guard
everywhere he
him.
goes. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think another
so I
thing
think
is
that's part of it.
maybe the ankle is somewhat. I don't know. That could also be a factor because he hasn't
He
looked
did
the
come up
same.
gimpy again
He hasn't looked the
yesterday.
same since that ankle injury in Minnesota. Um,
Yeah,
so maybe that could be what it is as well. I don't know. Hopefully, it's not regression, or at least not as super bad regression, because that'd just be sad. My cat just freaked out there for a second. I don't know what that was about, but he's also upset with this Chiefs team. Is what it is.
you brought up Brett Veach and the Tyreek Hill trade earlier.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like this, but can we all agree that the one thing we absolutely do not want to happen is an Aaron Rodgers Green Bay situation where he's like not feeling that he's getting any weapons. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, can I have some weapons?" And then they're like, "No, we're gonna keep going defense. We
Well,
do not
I
like that."
I think at the very least, the Chiefs have shown they've tried to get him weapons with McCole Hardman,
They have gotten him
Kadarius
two guys that
Tony.
he's recommended to.
Yeah, think of their drafts and their trades, right? They draft McCole Hardman, they draft Rasheed Rice, they trade for Kadarius Tony. Like they're trying to get weapons. It's not their fault that those weapons suck. Like
They drafted and traded for McCole Hardman.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they're trying. They're trying. That's one thing that you couldn't say about the Green Bay situation, is they weren't drafting receivers in the first round. The Chiefs are. They weren't drafting running backs in the first round. The Chiefs are.
We haven't gotten a first round wide receiver. Rashee
What?
Rice was second.
McCall Hardman.
McCole Hardman was second, wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure McCall Hardman was first round pick.
Google.
Play the game. What round? Oh, you're right. He was a second round pick. Cat is freaking out. Kadarius Toney was a first round pick, and you traded for him, so it's the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Transitive properties.
Exactly. Yeah, he was the 20th overall pick in 2021. So boom.
We traded what, like a fourth for him? Sixth, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, it's looking like he was worth only that. He's only got 139 yards. So I don't know. Let me see. Anything else you want to rant about with this Chiefs team? I mean, I guess we can look at the Eagles. We haven't talked about the Eagles at all. We've just been bitching about the Chiefs this whole time. So.
We can talk about the positives. Our defense looked really good yet again.
Yeah, the defense
Held one of the better offenses to 21 points.
Well, they smothered Jalen Hurts all game too.
Yep.
I think I had 5 sacks in the first half, which is ridiculous. I heard that number at halftime yesterday, and I was like, "Wait, what?" I thought I misheard. I was like, "That can't be right. No, surely not. Surely we didn't do that." So that's crazy. I mean,
He had like 4 sacks on 2 drives.
if the Chiefs don't win a Super Bowl this year, at least make a Super Bowl this year, they completely wasted a Mahomes season. Arguably one of the easiest winnable Mahomes seasons out there, because you've got the best defense Mahomes will probably ever have. At the very least, he has ever had, and very possibly that he will ever have. And then on top of that, the rest of the NFL has not been. There's not a single team out there where you can point and look at and be like, "Oh, that team is like unstoppable. That's the clear cut like number 1 team in the league." You know, so it's like if they don't if they don't at least make the Super Bowl this year, but probably even win it, it's going to come down to them not getting him any sort of help receiving wise, being the only reason that we did not win it all this year, which is going to suck. It's going to really suck.
Yeah.
Because this defense is that good. But looking at the Eagles, they were the victors after all. Didn't look amazing. I mean, obviously they did enough to win at the end, but I think we both talked about this. It kind of felt like the Chiefs dominated that whole game, and then you look up at the end, and Eagles just happened to have the higher score. So obviously the Eagles did do enough to win at the end, but throughout the game it kind of felt like it was the Chiefs to lose. They just happened to give it away. What's kind of your thoughts on the Eagles? Because it kind of feels like if Jalen Hurts doesn't have more than 2 seconds to throw, they're in trouble.
I think a lot of the sacks yesterday came from coverage.
Yeah.
And, just kind of being a sloppy game. So I don't necessarily think, obviously they have a really good O-line. So I don't think that's necessarily going to be an issue moving forward, unless they obviously face another really good team.
Right.
Do
you think Jalen Hurts has a turnover issue?
No, not particularly. Why do you?
I do a little bit. I think if you look at the turnovers, Jalen Hurts has been kind of rough. He's got, 9 interceptions, which isn't great, but it's not awful at this point of the season. But I think if you also look at the fumbles, let me see. I guess he only has 2 fumbles, so he's got 11 turnovers this year so far. But I do think sometimes he's made bad decisions throwing the ball.
Well, yeah, Mahomes
But
Mahomes'
Mahomes has
interception was
two.
yesterday was a
Absolutely.
bad decision. He's
Well,
had bad
yeah.
decisions all year.
No, yeah, Mahomes has not looked good this year. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that Jalen Hurts could be. Do you think he may be the weak link of the Philadelphia offense?
No, absolutely not.
What do you think
I
would
think the
be
weak link of their offense right now is the tight end with
with Dallas Goddard being out? That's fair. Yeah.
yeah. And then their backup, I'm pretty sure, got hurt yesterday too.
Oh,
So
did he
they
really?
were going. I think so.
Well,
They
there's
were going
I
with
I
the four receiver sets a lot of the game.
I think there's an outside chance Goddard could be back this week. We'll see. I know he was doubtful, not out right away for this week. So, um, that makes me think that he might have an outside chance of playing. But if he's not back this week, I'd expect him to maybe be back next week. So that'll hopefully be fixed here soon. But
And by the way, saying Jalen Hurts would be the weak link in that offense would really be saying something, considering how good their offensive line and their receiving core are,
no, that's true. I
and
mean, that receiving
their
core is
rushing
ridiculous.
game.
That's kind of what I'm saying, though, is that receiving core is ridiculous, that offensive line's ridiculous. And this season, that running back core, well, really just DeAndre Swift, has been ridiculous. So, it would be saying a lot to say Jalen Hurts is the weak link of that offense, but he seems to be, like, I guess, the worst part of it to a degree, just because of the 9 interceptions being slightly above average for this point in the year. I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of finding things to nitpick about at this point with them. Obviously, they're gonna probably win their division, and they've got a great shot at being the number 1 seed in the NFC. So I'm just kind of trying to find things to nitpick about them at this point.
I mean, yeah, they're going to be. I think we all know who's going to win the NFC or be in the NFC title game. It's going to be
Yeah,
them and the 49ers.
it should be. Yeah.
Should be. Yeah, I mean, the 49ers did have that key injury if their uh, DB, what was his name, tearing his uh, ACL. But um, yeah, they're 9-1 for a reason. They find ways to win,
Hmm.
and they're a very solid team.
Yeah. Do you think this could be what we see in the Super Bowl again this year? Eagles Chiefs.
I think so. I think it should be what we see. I think it'd be a letdown if the Chiefs didn't make the Super Bowl. Granted, we did already touch on that.
Yeah. It would absolutely be a letdown. Um, that'd be fun though to see like another. I don't know when the last time was that we saw the same team meet up back-to-back years in a Super Bowl. I'm sure it's happened before. It might have been back in that Bills 4 straight loss era when they might have lost to the Cowboys 2 years in a row or something like that. Um, but it'd be fun. It'd be fun to see it happen. So,
Yeah.
Some people just know that's not gonna fit.
Alright, I guess it all stayed out. Just decided it wants
That's
to
not gonna fit.
play.
Really? No, I cut it in half.
Chill. Well, in case you have anything else, Aaron, I guess that'll kind of wrap up this video for the most unprofessional sports podcast in the world, Swivel Chair Sports. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this episode. I've been your host, X Circle Burke here with my coach today, Aaron. Go ahead and say bye, Aaron.
Bye, Aaron.
All right, that'll do it.